Hey folks, today I have a story for you. Let's say that you went to school and you had a best friend, and this best friend's name was Mark. You used to hang out all the time. In fact, he was a geek and you were a geek too. You hung out in the computer lab, you were up all night drinking the jolt and the coffee and everything. You did geeky stuff. And you just loved being around this guy because he was just super smart, and so were you, and you bounced ideas off of each other. And you had a small group of friends who were also computer geeks. And then one day, Mark kind of goes off and you haven't seen him for a while. And then all of a sudden, he launches this platform on the internet called Facebook. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg. And let's suppose that he goes on to make millions, maybe billions of dollars. And you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I could have been part of Facebook. I could have been one of the founders or the first employees of Facebook and made millions of dollars by now. And then you're asking yourself, you know, why didn't Mark ask me to be part of his project? I mean, who would not want to be part of Facebook, yes? But let's look at the other side, the other perspective. Maybe Mark looked at you and said, you know what, I think this person is just too successful, or he'll laugh at my ideas. I mean, who would want to be putting profiles on the internet for people to see? I mean, what kind of crazy idea is that? Maybe he thought that you would laugh at him, or poo-poo the idea, or thought it would never take off. You see, he didn't think enough of you to engage you and include you into the Facebook project. Now, how do you feel knowing that he went on to create massive fame and fortune? His name is known around the world, but you didn't get to participate. How does that make you feel? Are you just a little bit upset, maybe a lot upset with Mark, because he didn't have the balls to call you and invite you, to include you to be part of his rinky-dink program, the thing that he thought no one would know and it wouldn't take off? Of course. Now, it's easy to look back in hindsight. It's 2020, isn't it? It's easy to look back and said, of course I would. I would have jumped in with both feet. But isn't it true that we have that same story, that same blueprint in our mind when we talk to people that we know for our network marketing or internet marketing business? In fact, I have a story that's actually true about this. I used to work with someone in a high-tech software company, and I believe his name was Jassim. And we worked in the same group together on the same programs, the same piece of software. Then he quit and went off to San Jose, California, I believe. Well, a few years later, I found out that he started a company in San Jose and then went on to build it and then sold it for millions of dollars. And here's this guy, he was probably about 30, 32 years old at the time, sold his company and made millions of dollars. And I couldn't help but think, hey, if Jassim would have just bothered to call me up, he had my number, he could have called me up or emailed me and said, hey Simon, do you want to be part of this project, this company? Now, I could have said yes, I could have said no, but I wish he would have asked me, just to have the knowledge that he was doing something. I wish he would have asked me. So how does this apply to your business? Are you afraid to ask someone to look at your business because they might laugh at you, because they might poo-poo and say, this thing will never work, it's a scam? Do you? Well, let's fast forward about 5 or 10 years when you are immensely successful. You are a huge success on the internet. And your best friend from school or your neighbor or your family friend suddenly sees you and you're making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And then they start to look at you and go, you didn't think enough about me to call me? I thought we were friends. I thought we were family. But you never had the guts to pick up the phone and call me. Now you're making all this money and I'm not. I would have loved to be part of your program. but you didn't think enough of me to pick up the phone and call. Now, that's what they might think 5 to 10 years down the road, but instead today you're thinking, oh, this person would never do this. They would laugh at me. I haven't made any money yet. But shouldn't you give this person a chance just to look at this? Because they're not saying no to you, they're just saying no to the opportunity, aren't they? Just now is not the right time. So do yourself a favor, do your friends a favor, call them. What's the worst thing that can happen? They're saying no, and well, no is just not the right time right now. In fact, I read this really good book recently. It's called Go for No. Go for No. And he talks about the power of hearing no's and why that's actually good. So before you pick up that heavy phone and you're afraid to call people, just think what that could be like 5, 10 years down the road when they find out that you're hugely successful and you never bothered to pick up the phone and just say, hi, you might be interested, take a look at what I'm doing. Someone's going to get rich in this, it may as well be us. Have you ever thought about that? So I hope this helps about this mindset thing, that these blueprints that hold us back in our head from becoming successful. Hope you had value. Have a great day. Bye-bye.